If you've clicked on this video, I'm guessing that you're in the process of writing an essay and have been asked to present an argument, but perhaps you're not quite sure what that consists of. So in this video, I'll introduce a 4-step model which you can apply to each of your paragraphs to create an argument within the body of your essay. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Emily, a university teacher in the arts and humanities, but someone who also frequently studies as a student myself. And on this channel, we explore all things study related. Imagine your essay like a tree. There's a central trunk rooted to the ground. That's your thesis statement, otherwise known as your main conclusion or answer to the question. And from this trunk, there are many branches. These are your individual paragraphs within the body of your essay, where you will provide additional information to support your central argument. It's easy to feel overwhelmed with how to manage all of the branches, particularly if we attempt to construct each one individually. And this is how you might feel as you approach the body of your essay. However, there is a simple pattern which you can apply to each branch of your argument in the body of your essay, which will make the process of constructing your argument easier. Meet the PEEL paragraph. PEEL stands for Point, Evidence, Explain, Link, and this incorporates all the necessary information we need to include in each paragraph of the body of our essay to construct an argument. Let's take a look in more detail. The opening sentence of a paragraph expresses a point, a claim which offers a direct response to the question. This is followed by evidence which supports the point or claim made in the opening sentence. We then have an explanation which clarifies how we are interpreting the evidence, considers what the evidence shows, and explains the relationship between the evidence and the claim or point of argument. And finally, there's a link which reminds the reader how the paragraph relates to the question or foreshadows the next paragraph of argument. Let's see what this looks like in an essay. Here's an essay question. In what ways might adult learners encounter more challenges in meeting their educational goals than their younger peers? Answer in no more than 1,500 words in the form of an essay. And this is what a paragraph of argument using the PEEL model might look like. Pause the video to read this paragraph and then we'll explore it in further detail. It has a main point of argument, a claim which is expressed as a sentence at the outset. This provides a direct response to the question. It presents evidence to support the point of argument. Evidence is important to strengthen a claim made in the point, the opening sentence. The evidence here is from an academic study, is numeric and expressed in the student's own words, but it's also possible to include quotations from other authors. The remaining part of the paragraph offers an explanation or analysis of the evidence and how it relates to the point of argument. It clarifies how the evidence is interpreted. The final 2 sentences offer a link, in this instance back to the question, but this section of a paragraph can also establish a link to the next point of argument to provide a smooth transition for the reader. This example is from the discipline of education, but let's explore a couple of different examples from the arts. Firstly, here's an example from English literature. Pause the video to read this paragraph and then we'll explore it in further detail. Let's explore this paragraph in more detail. Despite the different discipline area, we can see the familiar PEEL pattern which runs through this paragraph. Once again, we have a main point of argument, which makes direct reference to the question. This clarifies which part of the question will be tackled. Faustus's characterisation as an educated man. Evidence is presented to support this in the form of references to the content of the scene of the play specified in the question and also a quotation from that scene. An explanation follows, which demonstrates how the evidence links to the point and notes the significance of this scene within the context of the play as a whole. Finally, a link reminds the reader of how this paragraph of argument relates back to the question, and in this instance observes the impact. Let's take a look now at a paragraph which uses a visual source as evidence in an art history essay. Pause the video to read this paragraph and then we'll explore it in further detail. Let's explore this paragraph in further detail. Once again, even though the discipline of the essay is quite different from our English literature or education examples, we can see the familiar peel pattern which runs through this paragraph. We have a main point of argument which makes direct reference to the question, in this instance clarifying a technique which will be used to compare the two artists. Evidence is presented to support this in the form of reference to specific details of the paintings, demonstrating skills of close looking. An explanation follows which demonstrates how the evidence links to the point and notes similarities between the two artists using this technique, but also makes a distinction, how the technique is used for representation or abstraction. Finally, a link reminds the reader of how this paragraph relates back to the question, and as with the English literature paragraph, observes the impact of the artists using this technique to achieve depth in their compositions. I hope that seeing these different examples demonstrates how it is possible to apply the four-step peel paragraph method in many different discipline areas, and how this pattern can be used to create radically different arguments, and so the paragraphs of argument in the body of your essay don't feel formulaic. If you want more help with developing your academic argument, check out this video which provides greater detail on writing a peel paragraph and includes another example to sharpen your skills. And these videos share examples of a thesis statement. That's the main conclusion or answer to the question, which is found in an introduction and concluding paragraphs of an essay. Thanks for watching.